time we presented the first part of this, first and second part of this unit, Unit 3, about cause and effect. Okay? We discussed what's the cause. We presented the first two parts. We discussed what's the cause, it's what happened, and initially what caused this happened, this is the cause, and what happened is the effect or the result. Like the floor was wet, so I slipped and fell. So all the time we expect to see, if you're going to write about cause and effect essay, or if you're going to write about cause and effect using sentence or connectors, you need to use what? You need to use some connectors. I will find where is the cause, where is the effect, and what is the connector. So here the connector can be what? We said that cause usually comes before the effect, like C comes before the E. These are the connectors we need to stress on, and this is our topic today. Our topic today, we're going to study about these connectors. What are the connectors for causes? What are the connectors for effects, to show effects, and which one is followed by cause and which one is followed by effect. Remember we said this last time, and now we're going to practice in part 3 and part 4 for language functions. We're going to practice. And then we talked about, we had some examples, remember? We did all this in class, asking for joining words in each sentence. And then we have some examples regarding happiness. Discussed happiness. Your homework was to write outline, page 67 and 68, right? Did you write the outline? Actually, we started part of writing the outline here. We started here, and I told you, after writing this outline here, go and revisit it again, and then try to transfer this outline into essay. Our outline was about happiness. Remember, when we analyzed that, happiness is relative. What makes someone happy wouldn't make the other one happy. And we said that each has his own reasons of happiness, like a businessman. Okay, maybe some of his reasons is having his own private company, being able to retire at a very early age, and find time to spend with the family. And we said, whenever you're writing a cause and effect essay, know that causes and effects are overlapping together or interacting together. Like what are the different types of causes and effects, or how you can define the layout of cause and effect. You can just compose your sentence by simply mentioning one cause that leads to one effect, or you can compose a whole paragraph about cause which become an effect to another cause which become an effect to a third cause and final effect, or final effect. Okay, and or several effects and vice versa. Several causes lead to one effect. And you can mingle. You can write about causal chain and at the same time multi-causality. Causality, for example, you're talking about what happened first, and then this was a consequence to what happens later, and this later has 3 different effects. Or what happens, this has originally 3 hidden causes. This is what we mean by searching and finding the original cause. This is what we mean by root cause analysis. Root cause analysis is like, remember? We said this. We're seeing an iceberg, okay? Okay. It's bigger than if you're seeing a floating island. Okay? If you're seeing a floating island, you may think that this is a very small island. But actually this island looks like this. So this is what we mean by root cause analysis. See, read deeper, think deeper, to be a critical analytical person or critical reader. Okay? So, when you read, you're going to be able to write. So if you want to write about happiness, about people in general, some people see happiness in doing so and so. Others would reach happiness in doing so and so. And our final homework, we stopped here. Okay. We stopped here. Yes, the previous one, I believe. When we talked that there are physical causes of happiness, emotional causes of happiness, and psychological causes of happiness. And we said physical causes of happiness can be what? Something that we own, like money, like houses, cars, anything that you can own that might be a reason or might be a source or a cause of happiness to some people. Okay, that's why when we talk about this topic, we have to discuss it academically without referring to your own reflection in the body paragraph. Sorry, the effect of happiness on physical body. Okay, it's acceptable. But we're talking about what are the reasons of happiness. So, physical reasons of happiness and emotional reasons of happiness. Okay? Here, cause and effect. And again, whenever you're discussing the cause, you will find that it has effects. So, you're going to find yourself discussing them. The causes and effects for each topic. So, you can talk about the effects of happiness on your physical body and what are the physical, material things that can bring happiness or may become a source of happiness to some. These are physical. Emotional, again, what are the emotional inner feelings that would make some people happy, like love and belonging. Okay, when you love your family members, when you feel that you are belonging to a certain community, or belong to a certain family, or belong to a certain social group, okay, this would achieve happiness to find yourself, yeah, I'm in the ELC, the English Language Club. This is a social group. Emotionally, you feel proud that I'm a member, I can do things, I can participate, I can express myself, write short stories, join drama club, all of these. Emotional, or the feeling that you are a member or you are affiliated to this organization or social community would give you emotional reasons to be happy. But your psychological, reasons to be happy is when you do something at this point and you feel self-satisfied, proud of yourself, what we call it also self-satisfaction, motivation, and also psychological reasons for success. Some people would find that self-actualization is the main source of them when they feel that they can tell their achievements and attain what they aspire to reach one of these. So again, you can talk about happiness according to different perspectives. According to different points of view, different perspectives, each has his own reasons of happiness. Who wrote this homework? We had it last time. I asked you to prepare. In the book and then try to read the whole essay.
Did you ever think how simple things can make you happy? Happiness is a wonderful gift that might be given by God. Yet we must search for it not around inside of ourselves. According to a questionnaire that I have done last week through social media, there are two main things that can make people happy: freedom, practicing hobby, and in my opinion, in my opinion, helping others can bring you pleasure too.
Okay, so you read about two, and you're adding the third one. Okay, thank you. I the questionnaire on Facebook.
Okay. First of all, do you feel that you are a free person? To be able to make decisions means that you are Just think about the slaves who do not have any chance to change rules or to make any decisions even toward themselves. To be an independent person and to be responsible about your mistakes are an important part to achieve the success. That's why a free man could reach the happiness if he knew how to bring it to him. Each one of us has his own way of fun and special interests. Practicing a hobby might give you a positive energy because empty of definitely this circle leads to the vitality and finally to enjoyment. There is wisdom by Buddha that says thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle. If you had chance to help someone, believe that God put him on your way simply just to make you happy. When you know that you was the reason of someone's happiness, you might be totally satisfied. The happiness is always inside of each one of us. We just have to be aware to choose the right way to reach it. And remember this rule that being good makes you feel good.
Okay, thank you. So let's start our second topic today. Our second topic today about factors of success. What are the factors of success? Factors here means causes, reasons. So whenever you have this word, what are the effects, what are the results, we're going mainly to discuss what effects and results. Whenever you have this word, effect or results, you know that you're going to talk about results. But when you have this, causes, reasons, or factors, you know that you're going mainly to discuss causes. Of course, you can refer to effect in the body paragraph for giving more details, but the topic sentence has to contain a cause. So, topic sentence of each body paragraph should contain a cause if we're asking about factors, causes, and reasons. But if we're asking about effects, results, what can happen if, this is result again. So your topic should include effects, and then you can discuss what was the hidden reason. Okay? So it depends on the question title. The essay title tells you that you're going to start with the cause, and then you can refer to the effect, or you're going to start with the effect and then refer to the cause. Clear? Is it clear or? Hopefully. So I need someone to read the introduction for us, please. Reading number 2 in part 3. Part 3, reading number 2. Page 69. Yes, page 69. Who's going to read the introduction? Yes, please.
Facts that lead to success in college. The road to success in college is full of obstacles that might interfere with students reaching their goals. Despite these obstacles, students can achieve their dreams of earning their degree. They need support from family and friends, strong motivation, and the ability to focus.
According to this introduction, what are factors or according to the writer, okay, after reading his introduction, what are the factors of success discussed in his introduction? Yes.
Family support, family or friend support, motivation, and ability to focus.
And ability to focus, to know exactly what you need and what you want to achieve or fulfill. Body paragraph number 2. So here, the main idea Where can you get the main idea? The main idea, or according to the writer, family support, motivation, and ability to focus lead to success in college. Where did we get this? Where did we get this main idea? From the introduction, from the thesis. Excellent. From the thesis. So whenever you have this question, what's the main idea of this article? What's the main idea of this essay? What's the main idea of reading passage, for example? You know that the main idea is described in detail by controlling idea in the thesis statement. Excellent. See? Now we move to circling. Before we ask these questions for discussion and raising ideas, I want you to circle what is the
to success in college is full of obstacles that would the students reach in their goals.
So why a hook? What distinguishes as
students?
Okay. We said a hook. It's a catchy sentence that urges the reader to read the essay. So you find yourself. It's because what? Did what? Expressing by using what? No. The road. The road to success. This is no. You know similes and metaphors? Okay? So this is like he's picturing or depicting which is something abstract, not tangible, as something tangible that has so that's why this sentence is very catchy. Even when I mark your quiz, I've noticed that some of you have chosen some ideas, some pictures from the book. Like in the book we have this sentence that this tradition or this is full of colorful tradition. I've seen some of you talking about Kuwait celebration or Kuwait festival, describing that Kuwait festival has a lot of colorful tradition. So again, this is nice. This is how to make use of what we read. Okay? We read this or this is a model to take ideas and expression from it and to follow how we should follow it, what are the steps, what are the framework and layout of writing successful essays. Okay? So here, this is a very good hook so the writer could grab our attention. Now the thesis. In the middle we have the background information. And the thesis. The thesis is about what? What are the three controlling ideas mentioned in the thesis? Family support, excellent. Motivation, excellent. And the ability to focus. Now let's discuss this. What are some of the student states? I want you to discuss these questions based on your background and then refer to the essay to give me the discussed idea or the mentioned idea in the essay. So first, what are the obstacles? Problems that would encounter you as college students? Give me your own feedback first. Why we're doing these questions? This is not the purpose of doing these WH questions is not measuring comprehension. This is not a reading class. This is for raising ideas, brainstorming. Okay? That's why we're discussing these questions, to get more idea about the topic. For example, last term, the TMA was about why there is high ratio of drop out of college. Why we have this high ratio of dropping college. Dropping college means what? Leaving college. And this essay is talking about factors for success. So you can make use of the ideas discussed here. Okay? Here we're talking about family support as reason or as one of the factors or cause of continuing success in college or achieving success in college. If you're talking about why students drop out, totally the opposite. So you're going to say simply lack of success. Here we're talking about motivation. So if we're talking why students drop out college, we're going to talk about lack of motivation. We're talking about the ability to focus, okay? Our ability to concentrate and decide what we need and what we aspire to achieve. So lack of focus again, or choosing the wrong major, would be one major reason of dropping out college. Okay? So this is what I mean. The ideas we discuss here, the question, what you are going to discuss with me now, this is for raising some issues, raising some points, what we call brainstorming. Okay? So personally, tell me, what are the obstacles that you can find? If they don't have motivation, what do we mean by no? Please. What exactly? We're talking about factors for success. Okay. That would goal of succeeding at college. What else? Talking about the factors. What are the factors? What are the factors? What are the obstacles?
Yes, they are disabled.
This might be a major obstacle, not being able to manage our time and accommodating different needs and tasks that should be done at the same time. Okay, being multifaceted.
Sometimes from helping from families. Yes. Yeah. For the students who had married already, it's very difficult to plan for to have a baby. This is my problem. Yes, one.
Thank you. As a student, what are some things that you would
People tell the student that you're not able to achieve something.
so mean frustration?
For him, yeah.
So some people would frustrate you, and again, frustration is a little bit related to support. So they don't give you the support you need or enough support to motivate you. As you see, support and motivation and the ability to focus, all the reasons you will find that they are interrelated together. We can try to essay without mentioning the causes and when we discuss an idea for body perception, for example, or when we start with one idea, you will find that this idea leads us to the following idea, and so on. So suppose you have this full support from your family, emotionally, financially, but you have, or you are not having enough motivation. You're not motivated enough to pursue your studies and continue your goal. Or you're suffering from lack of motivation. You don't find a good reason. Why should I do this? What's in it for me? Okay. Would family support be enough to succeed? No. So family support is one factor, but not the only factor. So whenever you discuss any topic, mentioning reasons or mentioning even effects, you will find that one leads to the other or connects to some way to the other. Okay? Also, the ability to focus. Suppose I have the full support from my family. If I'm living with my parents, I have full support from my parents, from my sister. from my husband. If I'm married, I have full support from my husband. Or I'm living in a dormitory and I'm having full support from my roommate, for example. Okay? And I have, again, motivation. I'm motivated. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing this. I have very good reasons to help me to pursue my career and succeed at college. But if I'm not focused enough, for example, if I'm not wise enough to choose what's good for me. For example, you're not in the right major. If I find myself, I'm not studying what I want, what I aspire to work on later on after graduation, would my motivation and my family support would be enough for me to succeed? Again, not. If I'm not studying, if I'm not working on what I love, this eventually I won't be able to succeed. I will find myself start doing something routine that I hate, and eventually I quit and gave up. Give up what? Studying. Okay? So here, what might prevent a student from finishing his or her college work? What are the reasons? What might prevent you? What are the reasons of finishing college work, like homework, for example? Answer. I assigned you to write about happiness. Only Shireen gave me an essay or read an essay now about happiness. What prevented you, others, from doing this time? Answer me. Why didn't you do the homework?
About me, I have 3 children. They have quizzes, so I can't write the essay.
So, you said prior. I found that first priority, that was the main reason for not being able to do the homework. So, your priorities. So, again, priorities related to ability to focus. Okay? Focus about what you need, what I want, what are your desires. I desire what? I want what? And what are the basic needs for me to achieve this hope or this desire or this want I'm aspiring to achieve, or I'm target goal? Why didn't do the?
I have actually 2 exams this week, EL120 and EL117.
Being what? This overloaded, okay? To find some find themselves overloaded, okay? Having other projects to work on, having other priorities that they should concentrate on. All of these. Others. Why didn't do the homework?
My section. I forget my part.
You did it. So you're here. Motivated.
My friend, I have 2 children studying. That's why, yeah.
So again, maybe I'm overloaded. I don't have all of these. The topic is engaging. But you're the only one. Okay.
Writing. For some people who doesn't know, during doing this, yeah.
Okay. So she found happiness during that time, right? Okay. Why? Because after she succeeds, this gives her what? Self-actualization, self-satisfaction. Okay? So again, there are many reasons why they to do this. All these should be discussed. Discussed for what? For what are the obstacles that we should overcome to pursue our career or succeed in college, or what are the reasons for not being able to succeed in college. So the topic here, this topic can be phrased in more than one ethic question. More than one ethic question talking about the same, okay, whether in positive way or negative way. Now, why can students have difficulty? Why can students have difficulty keeping up their motivation? At the beginning of the term, for example, I find that having this high motivation, they do homework, they attend classes, and by the end of the term, I find the curve like this today. Okay, I'm used to this. Okay, some would think because the team A is after 2 days and all of these, but again, these are what. Why? So when I ask you about why, you're going to give excuses. You're going to give me the causes. Okay, so give me some.
They told us on April, now next month. So
how in April? April, this is second term.
No, I mean January.
Okay. What else? Yes.
Situation changed. How again, maybe because I have a classmate that they've been pregnant, and of course when her stomach becomes bigger and bigger, so she will, her attitude or her motivation will not be same when she started.
So Shireen she's asking a very good point. Sometimes the circumstances around us, the occasions around us would affect our motivation. We start with high motivation and we might end up with low motivation because of other factors, surrounding causes or factors around us. What else?
Sometimes they get bored by the time.
Why you get bored? Because the material is not interesting, or because the teacher is not interesting, boring, or because it is not interactive and boring. Why? Talking journals. Even if you're talking about
No, you're right.
So you mean coming to the university is boring? Yeah. Okay, why?
Maybe the road track. Yeah, get bored.
Not the course, not the tutor assignment. Okay, thanks, God. What else? Why would some people feel bored and not motivated enough to continue?
I think when we are not able to do good management for our schedule, daily schedule, I mean working and the home stuff doing and the class coming to the class, it might sometimes make us to feel bored or we don't want to continue our classes.
Who else? Please. This is brainstorming. These are the ideas that you're going to write about if you have this topic or similar to this topic. Okay? If this topic is irrelevant to you, okay, this is very relevant. You are students. You might be suffering from these points. So, this is not disengaging topic. This is very relevant topic. A topic that you can relate to. You find yourself, or you find that you're talking about yourself in it.
Actually, I have my work in the morning. I have my kids. Also, another problem, my husband nowadays. About GMA. And it's not far, but like what she said, the traffic is heavy. So I feel hurt. Actually, I don't have time for myself. So that's why.
Motivation is dropping. Even you start to stress and want to achieve.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are afraid of failing in some courses or something, and that I think affects our motivation.
That's why
Because
confident enough psychological. Another question, why is it important for students to be focused? Why? Why should we be focused? This will help you to do what? Being focused.
Success in college.
Why? Okay. What else?
Because if they don't like what they do, or they will not be able to continue what they.
And this is related to motivation. If you don't like what you're doing, you won't be able to continue. Okay? Because loving what you're doing, this is one cause that would motivate you. Okay? That's why I'm doing this. What else? Yes, please.
To know that yeah.
No, to be focused means to be full aware of the content of the code, you mean?
To understand the
tells you to do. Being focused will help you to understand the subject. This is your point? Okay. But I'm talking about being focused in your academic life, in your university life. How would it be, or how can we, why it's important? Why it's important to be focused? This would help you to do so and so and so. What are the, why it's important to be focused? Okay?
grades. You can get a new job.
Your life, and this would give you more opportunities to continue. This is why it's important to read. Can be the answer we have. But my question, why it's important for students to be focused? Because this is saves time, effort, and money. And this is what we mean by effectiveness. Anything that would be effective, if saved, can be effective. Saves time, effort, and money. For example, a worker trying to tighten a screw. You know screw? Okay? A worker is trying to tighten a screw. And another one with the same tool. Okay? So these two workers, they know how to tighten the screw. This is called efficiency. They have the capability or physical capability to do this. Okay? But one of them is doing this more effective, is doing this in an effective way better than the other. For example, the first one is trying to exert all his effort to tighten this screw. The second one simply added a drop of oil. So he exerted less effort and he could manage to tighten the screw very well. So this one saved effort and time, and this one spends more time trying to tighten this screw. Also, this one, the second one that added the drop of oil saves money. How he saves money? The first one who didn't add an oil, his screw got rusted easily after a month or so. But the screw for the second one who added oil, the oil made like a coat and prevented from rust. You know rust? Okay, so it didn't get rusted easily. It didn't get easily. So again, the second worker did his work efficiently and effectively. Efficient because he has got the talent and the capabilities in doing this, physical capabilities. And he added some what? Ideas, thinking. Okay? This is a new idea of adding a drop of oil that would saves actually, it saves him time, effort, and money. So why you need to think twice before you leap. Before you say, I'm going to join this major, or I'm going to choose this topic, for example, from a team A to write about. Think twice before you leave. Which one you're going to write, or you will be able to write about more effectively. Okay? Saving what? Saving time, effort, and money, and at the same time, all what you want and need and love. Which topic is much more relevant to you than the other topics? Which topic is more? Okay? So whenever we're going to do anything, we need to be focused. Okay? The final question actually can be a very good question for an essay. And this is for you to start writing about this. I want you to write an essay about what are obstacles and successes you have experienced in your academic life. We all have ups and downs in our academic life. Okay? So tell me, this is assignment. Okay? I want you to write a 5-paragraph essay, 3-body paragraph and conclusion. What are the obstacles and successes? So you're going to talk about hard times and good times as well. Okay? In your academic life. Okay. Agree? So we're going to discuss this hopefully after our MTA, our midterm. Now let's move to page 71. Here, we're going to, please, Khalas, have you finished? Here, it's in the book. This is in the book, page 70. Question number 5, page 70. Okay, this is an essay question for you to prepare for next time. Now, on page 71, we're going to talk about how we relate cause and effect. How we're going to write, to have answers. So, presenting a cause and effect essay, and we're going to choose the right idea, the right sub-ideas for them. If you find any idea that is irrelevant, you should cross it. We said, if you find sentences, this would affect unity and coherence of your essay. So here, the first one is done for you. Being a happy person can benefit your life in many ways. So, what's the topic of this? What's the topic we're going to discuss, or the main theme that we're going to discuss? Being happy only? Being happy means what? Benefits. Benefits of being happy, not being happy. Being happy, you can describe what are the reasons for being happy. But here I'm not asking about reasons of being happy. I'm not asking about causes. I'm asking about benefits. Benefits mean results. Okay, so we're not, our top or our topic sentence for each body paragraph shouldn't about what makes you happy. No, what are the effects? What are the benefits of being happy? The first one says, a happy person can make friends more easily. Is it a benefit or not? A happy person, the benefit of being happy, you can make friends easily. Yes, this is relevant. Okay, this is a benefit. This is the benefit of being happy. You are going to be a very cheerful person, and people would love to communicate with you, chat with you, socialize with you, all of these. Okay? There are many happy people all over the world. Do you think this is related to benefits of happiness or benefits of being happy? No, this is general sentence. Okay, just describing or giving information. And simply informative sentence. Okay. Now, happy people can solve their problems effectively. Do you think this is a benefit? Yes, this is a benefit of becoming happy or being a happy person. So the first one, as I told you, is done for you. Number B is irrelevant. Why it's irrelevant? Because it's not a benefit of being happy. How can we tell? From the thesis. The thesis, this is going to be about the benefits of. So whatever we discuss in, please take it as an assignment for you to read. Have similar like this. Your assignment was to talk about what makes people happy, reasons of happiness. Now the assignment is going to be Let's talk about what? The effect of being happy. Okay? So you can talk about on your physical body. Okay? This is the effect of being happy. Now you can talk your essay line. Now, number 2. I'm going to read number 2 and tell me which sentence is relevant and which one.
It is important to get a college education.
Here, back to the topic. We're going to talk about what?
The importance of college education.
Importance of college education. What importance of college education means? The benefit, means the result. Importance of college education means the benefit of having a college degree. The result of having a college degree.
More job opportunities. College education provides more job opportunities. Yes. A person's lifelong earning capacity is increased. Yes. Many colleges offer scholarship. No.
Okay. Again, not what? This is not an importance of having a college university. This is not a result of college university. Okay? Because the result, can we say that the result of having a college university is to get a scholarship? You have to read. You don't need the scholarship. Okay? We have to concentrate on the essay question, on the title, on the thesis, or how, because usually you extract the thesis from the title. Okay? You design or you write your own thesis, extracting part of it from the title. Okay? Number 3. Yes, please.
Pollution has many negative effects.
Okay, so we're going to talk about what here?
Negative.
Negative effects, exactly. Negative effects of air pollution. We're going to talk about effects. Effects, causes or results? Results.
An example of air pollution is car exhaust foams. This is not, this is air pollution.
This is not an effect, this is an example. Okay, so this is irrelevant as what? As topic sentence. We're talking about sentences as part of the topic sentence of your body paragraph. Okay. Of course, details of the body is like this. You can give examples, but not in the topic sentence. We don't give details and examples in the topic sentence. Okay?
Asthma rates increase in highly polluted areas. Yes. Unclean air destroy the natural environment. That's effect.
So, which one is irrelevant? Number A. Number 4. We can do number 4. Ladies, want to please, please.
Too much television, effective everyone.
Okay, so we're going to talk about what?
Effective for
Effect. Okay. Of watching too much TV.
Research has shown that children become more aggressive. Many homes have more than one TV. This one. See.
Is it a fact that some people have more? Is it an effect of watch television? No. Okay. A piece of information, not an effect. Okay.
There are many the advantages.
Advantages means what? Benefits. And benefits means what? Results. And results means what? Cause or effect? Effect.
More reasonable to purchase. This one is not advantages for using.
The first one is not an advantage because having the ability to buy a computer or the computers are now available and affordable at a very reasonable price or rate, and we can all purchase it or buy it. This is not effect. This is not result. This is not advantage.
But we have started writing reports and letters. This is, yes, it's one of the most important. The time needed to do research is greatly reduced.
So here, the advantage of using computers saves what? Time, effort, and money. Okay? In the past, you have to go, if you're going to write your CMA, okay, and you need to use other resources. In the past, you have to go to the library, okay, you have to take the trouble of all heavy traffic, paying for taxis or any sort of communication, being away for hours from your home, exerting a lot of effort trying to search for information, not having a chance even to drink or eat anything because it's not permitted at the library. But now, and all these, so exerting effort, exerting time, okay, time away from your home and your kids, of course, and money, okay. Now we have e-library. The e-library is very effective. So how we measure the effectiveness of anything? If it saves effort, time, and of course, eventually money, okay? Even when you planning effective. How to plan effectively, okay? I want to go to a certain mode. I have to plan the road that I'm going to take. This is a for me, and I don't know how. I have to Google it, search for Google Maps, for example, and find the most effective way for me. It's gonna be effective why? Because when I plan and find the shortest road, this is my effort, my money to get to my destination, and my money, the better. Okay? So this is how to be, even to be a good, effective writer. Okay? How to find the relevant information by skimming and scanning and applying all the strategies that we have studied together. So this would help you to, because you're going to find relevant information quickly, save time, effort, and of course you're going to save money because you're not going to repeat it again and pay for it again. Okay? I'm just kidding. But I'm giving you an example. If you analyze every task or every activity that you do in your life, you into something more effective, or you can do this activity or task more in an effective way, better than before, if you consider these three elements. Okay? Let's continue to page 72. We're going to talk about cause connectors and effect connectors. Whenever you see the word because or since, we understand that it's followed by what? A cause or an effect? Cause. Excellent. Okay. So when we join this sentence, because or since the traffic was heavy, we were late for class. Please tell me, where is the cause and where is the effect? Excellent. The effect. Exactly. So the sentence that starts with the cause connector, it's dependent clause. We can't say because the traffic was heavy and stopped. We need main clause. And if you start with this dependent clause, you need to separate it from the main clause by using a comma. Excellent. But if you write it in the middle like this, we were late for class because the traffic was heavy. No need to use any commas. And remember, this is very important in your writing. Punctuation, mechanics of writing, spelling, grammar, and punctuation marks. All count. In the editing paragraph, it counts. Okay? So here we notice that the dependent clause here is a full sentence that has SVO or SVC. Subject, verb, object, or subject, verb, complement. So here the traffic was heavy. We have this all parts of the sentence. If we use due to, because of. So due to, because of, as a result of, followed by effect or cause? Cause. Due to, because of, as a result of. Remember, the difference between as a result and as a result of. As a result of means because of, followed by, as a result of, cause. But as a result, it's like therefore, like so, it's followed by effect, which is the effect. Okay? But here, we need to notice that due to is followed by noun phrase, not dependent clause. Instead of saying because the traffic was heavy, if you're asked to join using due to, or if you want to write a sentence about cause and effect using due to, it has to be followed by noun phrase. Due to heavy traffic. Noun phrase, it's a noun that is usually preceded by an adjective that codifies this noun or add more description about it. Okay? We say it like this. Due to the heavy traffic, we were late for class. Or we are late for class due to the heavy traffic. Okay? Easy? Due to means cause, means because of. Due to, cause of, as a result of. Okay? On account of, remember we discussed this last lecture. On account of means because of. Okay? Followed by noun, all followed by noun phrase. Now let's do the exercise number 4, page 73. Yes, please. Just a minute.
People are living longer, they are receiving better medical treatment. People are living longer since they are receiving better medical treatment.
Whenever you join any two sentences like these, you have to ask yourself first, where is the cause and where is the effect? And this connector between brackets, is it a cause connector or is it an effect connector? Like here. There have been new advances in air and space technology. We are able to travel greater distances in less time. Join using because. Because is followed by the cause or the effect. The cause. Where is the cause of these two sentences? Where is the cause? This is the cause? This is the effect. Excellent. So, this is the effect, Where is the cause? The first one. Excellent. Okay? Beware about where is the cause and where is the effect. Okay? Here, the first one, it's the cause. Because there have been advances in air and space technology, meaning because of advanced technology, or due to advanced technology. Cause of, or due to, or as a result of. As a result of advanced technology, we are able to travel greater distances in time. So whenever you have these sentences and connectors between brackets, ask yourself, this connector is followed by the cause or followed by the effect? If it's followed by the cause, ask yourself, which one of these two sentences is the cause? Okay? Number 2.
Artists are trying to attract a younger audience. Reduced rates at concert hall are available for many high school students. We put the pictures between them.
What is the cause? Ask yourself, what is the cause?
Because rejected rest at
and means the sound. This is the cause or this is
the cause. Yeah. Reduced at available for many high schools. Yes. This is the fact.
Excellent.
No. Because our sisters are trying to attract a younger education audience, reduce at concerts who are available for many high school students.
Thank you. Yes. We answered this. She answered the. We're now number 3. Okay. If we say because reduced rates, because discounts, we have this because we have discounts, the audience or theaters are going to attract young audience, or because orchestras and orchestras like theater, music orchestras, okay? Because orchestras are trying to attract younger audience, what's the effect of this cause? They are offering discounts, okay? The orchestras are offering discounts. Reduced rates at concert halls are available as for what cause? Our want to attract. No, the effect is the result. What happens? Okay? The effect is what happens. Why does this thing happen? We are offering reduced rates. This is the effect. Why orchestras are offering reduced rates? Why? To attract young audience. This is the cause. And we said that the cause usually follows the cause. Right? Okay? That's simply like this. So we need to understand the sentence. We need to understand the idea. How we're going to join the idea. So whenever you're searching for information, you're reading about what are, for example, here. What are the negative effects of air pollution? Okay? Whenever you're reading about this topic, you need to understand. When you read these articles, you need to understand where is the cause and where is the effect. And before the cause, we put because or due to plus noun phrase, or because of, or since, or on account of, all of these. The following one. Number 4.
More and more individuals are practicing yoga since research has shown that it reduces stress.
More people are practicing yoga. Why people are practicing yoga? Why? This is the cause. Okay? Since research has shown that yoga is stress. Okay? Clear? You have to ask yourself where is the cause and where is the effect. Now I want you to join due to. And due to is followed by noun. Like this example. Interest rates are low. More people are going home for the first time. Okay, where is the cause? Excellent. Interest rates in the bank. Interest rates are low. What's the result? What happens? People are now buying homes. So we have cause and effect. Join using due to. Due to is followed by the cause. So take this cause and transfer it into noun phrase. Due to lower interest rates or even lower interest rates. You can say due to low interest rates or lower interest rates. Both are acceptable. We put the adjective before the noun, so we can transfer it. Due to lower interest rates, more people are buying for the first time. Who's going to be number 2? Following the same example.
the balloon count. High balloon count. بعدين comma. The same sentence. May allergies are very bad this season. As a result of higher balloon count, high balloon count, pollen count, my allergies are very bad this season.
Thank you. Number 3.
Great in the class. My work was excellent because
Not is followed by the noun phrase. The excellent
Because of my excellent work, I received the highest grade in class.
because of
My excellent work.
my excellent work. Because of my excellent work, bravo. Because of my excellent work, I received the highest grade in the class. Okay? Excellent work. Yes, please.
Structure. Demolished. The building had to be demolished. Was destructive fire.
Destructive fire. So the point is to decide where is the cause and take the cause and change it into noun phrase. Because or due to the destructive fire, the building is demolished. Okay? Easy? Hopefully. Okay? Expect it. Okay? And I want you to express yourself using all of these cause connectors. Then we come to the effect connectors. What are the effect results? Only followed by full. Exactly. SVO or SVC. Or consequently. Okay? As a result. In consequence, all of these. I studied all weekend for the test. As a result, I got an A. As a result, long conjunction, long connector, preceded by semicolon and by a comma. Or you can put a full stop at the end of the code and start the effect with the connector as using capital letters followed by a comma. So as a result, it's the same like consequently. Okay? Now let's do exercise number 6, page 17.4. The picnic was cancelled. The weather was bad. Where is the cause? Where is the effect? Where is the cause? Yes? Okay, the picnic was cancelled. This is the effect. Okay? Join me, therefore. Therefore, followed by the cause or followed by the effect? Therefore. Okay, so we're going to say, therefore, the picnic was cancelled. Can we start with therefore? Can we say, therefore, the picnic was cancelled? The weather was bad? No. So we can start here with the effect using therefore. We have to start with the cause, saying, the weather was bad, semicolon, therefore, comma, the picnic was cancelled. And beware about these punctuation marks. Okay? Number 2. Who's going to do number 2, page 74, sorry. Yes, please.
The fire caused major damage
Go on.
The third one, right? Many farmers moved to California. The Great Depression was disadvantage. Devastating. Sorry. Okay. The Great Depression was. I think the effect is many farmers moved to California, and the cause is the Great Depression was devastating. So the Great Depression was devastating. As a result, many farmers moved to California.
Okay, number 4. See, ask yourself, simply ask yourself, where is the cause, where is the effect, and this connector between brackets, is it followed by cause, or is it followed by an effect? Simply like this. So this is number 3. Now number 4. Who can do number 4? Who can do number 4?
Surface. Then apply.
The effect. What happened?
Airlines have cut back surface.
No meal. What happened is flights are not offering any meals. Okay? But what happened? This is the I want to talk about or convey. Why? Why flights are not offering any meals now?
Because the airline have cut back surface.
So this is the cause and this is the effect. Can you join now?
Then airlines have cut back surface. As a result, flights no longer provide meals.
Simple. And where is the cause and where is the effect? What happened? Flights no longer provide meals. This is what happened. Say it again. Okay, you didn't understand either. Okay, look at the screen here. Okay, airlines have cut back services means reduce the services. Cut back cut back perks and merits, taking merits and benefits from the customers. Okay, so this is what? This is the cause of what? Okay, of another effect. Actually, this is an effect. This is an effect of a hidden cause. This is what we mean by root cause and so this is part of a causal. Okay, that's why you didn't understand it. Convinced that airlines have cut back services because of something else. Yes, because of recession. For example, recession, the economy is not functioning well. Okay, the economy is healthy economy. Okay, so the recession, okay, or bad economy was the first cause that led to the make airlines cut back services, cut back or reduce offers or perks or benefits to their customers, and consequently, okay, no meals are now. See the relation? That's why you find it a little bit awkward for you, because this is the effect of a previous cause but not mentioned here. Here you need to focus. You have two pieces, okay, two sentences. The first piece of information, okay, is it a cause for the following one or is it an effect? This is what you need to ask yourself, okay? Ask yourself, what happened eventually? What happened? What happened at the end? Okay? Eventually, what happened is no meals are offered. Why? No meals are offered. Why? The answer of why is the cause. Why no? Why? are not offering any meals. Why? Because they cutting back services, reducing services. Okay? Sound convinced now? Is it clear now? Okay? You know that this is, that's why you feel puzzled about this. You know that this is an effect for another unmentioned cause. But our focus is on what's written here. Okay? Which one of this happens first? Which one happens first? We said that the cause is what happened first, and the effect is what comes after it. C comes before. What happened first? Reducing services. As a result of reducing services, we're not offering meals. We're asking you for more money if you have an extra bag. All of these are results. Okay? Yes? No. Or you can phrase it like this or like this. Okay? Or it's not part of the sentence. Okay? Either you can start with the cause and end with the effect, or you can by putting or you put full stop. Okay? Number 5. Number 5. Number 5.
The reviews were great. The theater added more performance.
Okay, so the review were great.
The theater effect.
Exactly, the theater is the effect.
The theater added more performance. Therefore,
the theater is the effect. Therefore, it's caused by the effect or the cause? Therefore, it's caused by
the cause.
This is the effect.
Okay. We put therefore.
Before it.
Yes.
Okay.
Therefore, the theater added more performance. The review.
We can't start with therefore. Again, we can't start with therefore. We say it like this. We put it in the middle between the cause and the effect. Okay. Therefore comes after the cause. Okay. It comes after the cause. The reviews were great. Therefore, the theater added more performances. For example, they used to play this performance once a week. After they received great reviews, after they have this opinion or after they read these articles about how this performance is, the theater decided that we have many people now who want to see this performance. So as a result, okay, we're going to display it twice, not once a week. Or we're going to display this performance on a daily basis, for example. Okay? So again, we need to ask ourselves why this happened. Why this is the cause. Okay? And what happened? This is the effect. Exactly. Then we come to the last part, part 4. This is the last part of this session. We're going to talk about passive. Again, last unit, in the last unit, when we talked about process analysis. When we talked about process analysis, our language function was about creating passive or transferring passive voice. Why?
The action, the main thing.
Not the doer, not the agent, not the perpetrator. Because when you're writing a process analysis essay, you need on steps. That's why you imperative. Add, reduce, add, then because we were focusing more on the action condition rather than or the perpetrator or the doer. We learned in the language function part, we learned how to use that. So every language function part is relevant to the type of the essay we are practicing. Okay? Now, what? We're practicing cause and effect. So sometimes when you write about a cause and effect, you need to describe what happened or what would happen if you do something. If you do something, this is conditional. And this is again and effect, like this. If I got the new job, then between brackets, because this is not written, it's understood. Okay? The new job, I will make more money. Where is the cause? Where is the effect? Where is the cause? Sure. Where is the cause? Answer me. The first part. If I got the new job. The first part, the conditional phrase, okay, this is the dependent if clause. This dependent if clause, the conditional part of the sentence, usually contains the cause. Okay? It contains the cause. And what comes after this? In cause, this is the effect. That's the cause, get the new job. Okay? What would result in? What would result in getting the new job? I will make more money. Okay? If I am not on time, I take the bus. Again. If I am not on time, I'll take the bus. What will happen or what might happen as a result? Take the bus. Because what? Or why? Why I'm going to take the bus? Because I'm late or I don't have enough time. So the cause is lack of time. The effect is taking the bus. Okay? This is in present simple and well plus infinitive. Okay? This is we call first conditional case. This is what we call real conditional. Real conditional means what? Something that can happen. That is real, possible. It can happen. Okay? And we can, and this is the second one, this is what we call zero conditional. Why? Because we put the first verb after it in the present simple and the second verb on the main clause in the present simple as well. Why? Because this is zero conditional. Zero conditional meaning that this result is natural. It's expected. Something that is frequent. Is habitual. Something is as a fact. Like if you heat ice, it melts. Don't say it will melt because this is a scientific fact. If you heat ice, it melts. Okay? So this is what we mean by zero condition. Present simple, present simple. Why zero conditional? Because it's something habitual, it's something repeated, it's something scheduled like flights and buses and trains. All of these, like this is zero conditional. No need to use the will because the will gives you the impression that hopefully, intentionally, this will be happening soon. So these are what my real conditions. Side is present simple. Okay? Like, if I leave at 8, I catch the bus. I catch the bus, this is logical. Know that if I leave at 8, I leave my home at 8, and it takes me 10 minutes to walk to the bus station, I catch the bus. Because the bus arrives at 8:15. No? No. Yeah, this zero condition with F. Okay, with F clause. Or present simple imperative, if you want to give order. If you don't feel well, stay in bed. Or if you don't feel well, don't come to classes. Okay, so if you don't feel well, stay in bed, this is what? Yeah, exactly. Or don't come to classes, this is imperative in the negative form. Okay? So, again, we can use if and we can use other conditional verbs. Other conditional connectors, like unless. Here, instead of saying, if you don't feel well, we can say, unless you feel well. Instead of saying, if you don't, we say simply what? Unless. Unless you feel well. Again, why we're studying this? Because this is how we're going to express cause and effect in real conditions, using real conditions. Or you can use and well plus infinitive or one of the models and may. Right here, if we are late, we will. Here, we're not sure that we're going to be late. We might arrive on time. But if we are late, we will intentionally, because we're not sure, we will call you. Or if you don't, you may be late. Unless you turn, okay, you will be late. Okay, again, or you may be late because we're expressing degree of certainty. We're not so certain about this. We're not so sure. Okay? So, give me sentences. Give me sentences about this. Give me sentences using real conditions. Please, sentences. Real conditional. We're not talking about present or past. We're talking about conditional, so something that can or not going to present unconditional. Something hypothetical, imaginary that can happen at the moment of speech, but maybe later. Yes, please.
If you start, you get high marks.
If you start hard, you get high marks, okay? But some circumstances, so if you say, if you study hard, you will get high marks, both are accepted. Talking about, this is natural consequences or logical consequences.
If you work hardly, you will succeed.
Yeah, no, nothing called, because hardly means nearly, okay? Okay, it means if you work hard.
If you work hard, you will succeed.
Thank you.
If you do exercise, you will be healthy, more healthy.
Okay. Exercises, you will be more good one. Now, let's practice what we have in the book. Take a computer course and have better job opportunities. Put it in the conditional form. You can use if, you can use unless, you can use provided that conditional word. You can say in case, you can say in case of, as long as. All these are conditional words. Even when can be conditional words. When you finish, okay, this essay, for example, when you finish this essay, email it to me. This is imperative. So when can be used as what? As conditional too. Conditional connector. What are the conditional connectors? If, unless, as long as, provided that. What's the difference between saying, if you finish the report, send it to me, and when you finish the report, send it to me? Okay, no, not meaning. Both are conditional. Okay? Both are very different. Are we talking about time? No, not necessary. Okay. Here, when you say it's related to aggressiveness, okay? If you, okay, finish, send it to me. When you finish, feel more aggressive.
I had to finish it, but if I don't have to finish it.
Do you think? The opposite? Okay. Okay. I'm your boss. I'm your teacher. Asking you, When you finish your TMA on the LMS, okay? Your TMA. When I say if you finish, which one is aggressive? Which one is sarcastic? If very, very aggressive. If, okay, this means that I know you're not able to do it. Okay? If you finish your report or your TMA, upload it on the LMS. Yeah, exactly. When you finish your TMA, upload it on the LMS. This is more polite, friendly, conditional. But sometimes intonation, okay, if you express it with high intonation, this would be a little bit aggressive. Okay? If you finish, this means that I know you're not capable of finishing your TMA. Okay? And it's a challenging situation like this. Okay? When you challenge someone, you say, if you can do it. Okay? So this is the meaning. But again, all are conditional. So, if you take a computer course, you will have better jobs. Who's going to do the following one? Number 2.
Study hard and pass test. If you study hard, you can pass the test.
You will pass the test. You may pass the test. Or are acceptable. Number 3.
Get a roommate and share the rent. If you get a roommate, you can share the rent.
You can share the rent. You will share.
If you go to bed early and wake, you will have wake up the first. You will wake up refreshed. If you get to up, you will have wake up
Without have.
If you get up early, and increase your vocabulary. If you read more, you will increase your vocabulary.
Very. Now we come to another part where we talk about unreal conditional. Unreal conditional, again, we're not talking about present and past. We're not talking about something that happens in the present and something that happens or happened in the past. No. We're talking about showing the relation between a cause and effect two incidents or two events that you want to establish a relationship between them by using real conditional that can happen. Study, you will succeed. This can happen. And something imaginary, something impossible at the moment of speech. Like, if I were rich, I would buy a yacht. This means that now I'm not rich. And now it's not affordable for me to buy a yacht. Maybe later, but not at the moment of speech. So this doesn't mean that this happened in the past. No. This means that this is unreal situation. Hypothetical, unreal, imaginary situation. Like, for example, if I were you, my father, you're talking about something, or you're telling me something, or were you, okay? This sometimes to give advice, okay? To give advice to someone by saying, if I were you, I would do so and so. Of course, this is unreal situation. I'm not going to be you. Also, if I were a bird, I would fly. Again, I'm not going to be a bird. And I'm not going to fly. So, if I were a bird, I would fly. I'm talking about imaginary situation. Okay? Yeah. Like this. Okay? If I had a car, I would ride it to work. This means that they have a car? I have a car? No, this means that I don't have a car. Exactly. Imaginary situation. Or unreal conditional. If we have more money, we would buy a car. This means that, do they have more money? No, maybe they have enough money for their needs. But if they have Okay, if they had, okay, more money, they would be able to buy the car. If I had more time off, I might drive to Florida. Do they have time? This means that now, okay, he is very busy, or this person, or I, if I'm saying, if I had more time, this means that now I'm very busy. I don't have time off. Okay? Exactly. And this has nothing to do with the past. This is to show unreal, hypothetical situation. Okay? Now let's practice this on page 78. The first one is snow in Hawaii goes. Does it snow in Hawaii? Does it snow? You know where is Hawaii? Okay? Very hot place, tropical, nearly tropical. Okay? So, again, it never snows in Hawaii. If you want to describe this situation, you're going to describe it in unreal conditional phrase, like this. If it snows, which is impossible, okay? If it snowed in Hawaii, people could go skiing, would, might, all of these. Easy? Hopefully. Let's see. Who's going to practice this?
Travel by bus, own a car. If I owned a car, I wouldn't travel by a bus. If I owned a car.
If I owned a car, I wouldn't travel by bus. No, if I had a car, owned, would not.
If I read books, I couldn't watch a lot of TV.
If I or if I watched a lot of TV, I wouldn't read books. Exactly. But what I
Wood? No, only wood. No problem.
would this is model followed by, so I wouldn't, I'm say swam or can trouble. Okay? Wouldn't trouble. All modal verbs followed by infinitive or base form of the verb.
If I know how to cook, I would make dinner for the whole make a dinner for the whole family.
If I knew, I would. If I knew how to cook, I would make dinner. Number 5. Who's going to answer number 5? Yes.
If we have a lot of rain, we might not go camping.
This is right. If in a country that doesn't have rain in Spain, okay, in this case you can put it in unreal condition. If you are in a tropical country or tropical area that this area doesn't have rain in spring, okay, what would you do? In the unreal situation. But what if you live in an area that it's possible to have rain in spring? Yeah, we use that field. If we have a lot of rain in the spring, okay, I want camping, which means I will not go camping. This is the case if it's possible to have rain in spring. But if not, you say it's like what you have mentioned, it's correct. So both, it depends on where you live. Okay? Yeah, you can say, if we had, I wouldn't. Okay? If we have, I won't. Won't. Won't, will not. Okay? Would not. Yeah, would. Okay? We're talking about unreal. Unreal. This does, or this is impossible to happen in my country. But if it's possible to happen, please put it in real conditional. Have, want. Okay? So again, it depends on the sentence. The sentence can be phrased as real conditional or unreal conditional. Now let's practice. Practice fragment. When we say, if the economy improves, can we stop? Is it meaningful to you? This is what we call incomplete fragment sentence. Okay? So, all sentences, I want you to make them comprehensive, very comprehensive sentences to the reader. How you're going to add, how you're going to make this. You're going to add what? Name clothes. You're going to add name clothes. Ladies. Here, for example, the example says, if the economy improves, more people will have jobs. Yes, number 2.
A beach house if
I would buy if I had a lot of money. I would, this is real. So, I have. And, yes,
if people
increase, if people receive, this is real situation.
all right.
So, okay, they will, not would, they will live longer, for example. Okay, yes.
I would if
I would if I traveled. Learn foreign language if I traveled. Excellent one. All are accessible. Just you are expressing a real condition or condition.
If homeowners use solar energy,
Solar energy. Energy extracted from the sun.
they will
Use real conditional or unreal?
unreal.
Unreal. So
They would save money.
they save here. If homeowners use solar energy, they would save money on their heating bill. Okay? Now, the final exercise is editing. Here on page 79, there is a paragraph. I want you to read this paragraph and find 7 mistakes. Okay? Beware about what? Beware about real and unreal conditional. But in general, when we ask you to edit a paragraph, we are going to have more than one sentence to, or more than one type of mistake. You can be asked to correct passive, for passive, check for passive, check for time conjunction, using proper connector. For example, here, but it should be because, or here it's however, missing punctuation. So whenever you're editing paragraphs like this, you need to rewrite it again. Because when you you can delete irrelevant sentence. So you write irrelevant sentence and cross deleted. Okay? You correct the verb or the word and underline it. You insert or you add a comma and underline it. So whenever you correct or edit a paragraph, you have to write the whole paragraph, not only the mistake. Okay? So take 3 minutes. Find 7 mistakes.
Yes.
We have a lecture for revision Sunday and Tuesday. Till we have reached till the end of unit 5. Now. Okay. Try to talk about argumentative advantage. Or support. One paragraph about those who are opponents, those who see disadvantages in this topic, your own analysis. Why they, or why, what do you think of these advantages? Have you finished? Okay, 1 more minute for other students. 7 mistakes. I want you to find 7 mistakes. Okay, who can start? Yes, please.
If you like music, you would take music.
Do you think? No. Huh? Yes. Like, if you liked, or if you.
Yes, yeah.
Right. If you like, because this is real, this is not unreal. Ask yourself, is this situation real? It can happen or not? Of course it's real, because we can have some people who like music and others not. Okay? So, yeah, the first real one.
If you have any talent without wood.
Any conditional clause shouldn't have any modal verbs. We can't say if I can. No. If. Conditional connectors that we can say can with all of these.
You might want to join a choir. Might want.
You said if you have, so then you may. Yeah. Only this mistake. Okay. This is real. Again, Is it real or unreal? If you have any talent, you may want to join. Okay, this is unreal. Can answer. If you, it's very much this still enjoying up to this moment. So yeah, it can be enjoyed or you can leave it.
I know that if I didn't have my rehearsal, I won't be very unhappy. I won't.
I did it. If I didn't. If I didn't. Is it a real? No. If I didn't, this is unreal. Okay? If I didn't unhappy. I will be very unhappy. This is a critical situation. This didn't, this is, that's what's unconditional.
I look forward to working with a conductor, learning challenging pieces. The best I feel
Real or unreal? Or she's talking about feel. Feel means feeling. We said that we express our feeling as a fact. So if we express our feeling as a fact, what tense should be used? Simple. Exactly. So here, again, if I If I'm at a rehearsal, I feel. Why I feel? What? This is an opinion. If you're talking about facts, if you're talking about thing, if you're talking about schedule time for flights, airplanes, if you're talking about feelings, when you put the conditional, you put it in real conditional and zero conditional. Okay? Okay, and in this case, this is imaginary situation. It's acceptable. But here I want to stress on expressing feeling in real, as a real condition. Okay? The last, not the last one. The first one.
Even if we work on a difficult piece, I would find the challenge exhilarating.
If I work, I will
work.
or I find. Okay? Both are I will or I find. The last thing, okay? The last thing here. The last one. Paragraph is very important.
if the music is not the hobby for you, you should find one.
Find, not found. Should plus infinitive. All modal verbs followed by infinitive. You should find. And here, if you do, you will be happy. You will not be sorry. Okay? See you next time. Okay, we're already late.